Hello, so we're going to look at this missing value problem from SATS. Just to say with SATS, it's testing you from all knowledge from year 3 to year 6. But of course, along that academic journey, you may have missed some days of school. You may have not quite grasped a topic. You might feel like, oh, I wasn't very good at missing value problems. But that's only because it hasn't been broken down for you. So when you feel that click moment, it's because a sum has been broken down in a way that you think, oh, that makes sense. So perhaps you're looking at questions, for example, 5 plus something equals 10, and you think, oh, obviously that's 5. That's because your number bonds to 10 are very secure. If you find this little tricky, it's because your number bonds up to 1,000 are not secure yet. So that just means you need to break it down and you'll need more experience in maths. So remember, any of that will make sense, okay? Any of that will make sense to you once it's been broken down. Now, how to get it broken down for you? Make sure you approach your teacher and you let your teacher know in a time that she's not busy, and just tell her or him or your teacher just to let them know that I find this part easy, but this part I find really difficult. When you do that, they have a starting point. They don't tell you things that will make you bored and you think, I know that already. Just ask them again and they will get to the point you find difficult and they can hone in on that part. Of course, I'm available for tuition. So check out my links below because I have courses, asynchronous courses, which are offline courses, and of course, private tuition. Okay, let's get to it. So just going to erase this because we do not need that. Okay, one of the things I'm very clear about is please remember that the people marking this, the people grading your papers, they really do have a lot of papers to grade. So the examiner, they make this box to make sure that the person grading it can see your answer straight away. Make sure your answer is here. Now, show you working out. Even if you can do this in your head, show you working out. Because if you've ever lost your train of thought, if you're marking and you're working out is on the paper, you can quickly pick up where you left off. So remember with the equal sign, on this side of the equal sign, if it's a plus, on this side, it becomes a minus. If this is a minus on this side, when it jumps over the equal sign, it becomes a plus. So something plus 70 equals 485. So it's not much point us leaving it here. So let's bring it over to the other side to make more sense. So 485, this becomes a minus, and we put this value here. This will give us this value here. So I don't want to leave it like that. I want to make sure that I set everything out in my columns so the examiner can see how I got the answer. Even though in this case, it's not giving me a grade for that or a mark for that, there will be examples where you can get 1 mark for working out and 1 mark for the grade. So let's have a look. This is just to help you. Hundreds, tens, and units, you don't have to do this part. 5, we always start with our units or our ones. 5 take away 0 is 5. 8 take away 7 is 1. 4 take away, we can put a 0 here, 4. So we've got the answer. You place it here. Do not let the examiner start hunting for your answer. And also you can make it a bit neater than me. Try to fit 1 digit, 1 square. I'm always saying that to my students and look what I'm doing myself. Anyway, to redeem myself, I don't leave it there because again, sometimes under pressure, we can write the most crazy things. So let's double check, always double check before we move on. Unless we're running out of time, then we can come back to it later, but make sure we're pacing ourselves. So let's have a look. Let's double check, shall we? 415, okay, it says plus 70, okay, plus 70 equals 485. Let's see if that's true. You can pause the video here if you want to double check. We're going to go through our different columns. Yes, we got it right. I'm so happy. That's great. So now I gain my mark. So what I've learned from this is, and what I want you to learn from this is, there's lots of different strategies and knowledge applied here, lots of understanding our number bonds, and we're using our addition skills, which should all be in place by now, but you can keep practicing them and making sure 1 digit, 1 square, okay? Keep all your work into columns. Make sure your working out is very clear. make sure you use the box provided and double check over your answers. You want to gain maximum marks. And remember, SATS is not just a device to make you feel stressed at the end of the year. It really does inform teachers. They can pass that knowledge on to your year 7 teacher. And then you also, as you're studying, you're going to keep gaining more skills, and it lets you know what you're strong at and what you might need more help with. But any practice in maths is always very valuable. Okay, good luck.